knows. We got T.I. in the building. The King is officially here. Good morning, good morning.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? How you doing?
Good. How you doing, T.I.?
Top of the top.
Oh, yes. Just getting up?
Yeah, man. Caffeine ain't kicked in yet.
We've been hanging out with Vernell, and Vernell got the Moolah tablets. I know everybody's been hitting us up about the server crashing. It's a lot of people trying to... It's back on, Vernell?
You live.
Okay, we're live back on it. So you can go to moolahwireless.com.
According to Vernell, it didn't crash.
Yeah, y'all just
it
pushing
just
it.
lagged because
just
there was so
lagged.
many people.
There you go.
But Vernell is he's adamantly vowed to fix it. You know, so we can accommodate the volume of people that we would be expecting, man, so everybody could benefit from this phenomenal opportunity.
110%. 110%.
Yeah, what was it about Vernell that you had to work with him? Because he just told us a story about, like, at 21 years old, there was something else he was working on with you. What was it about Vernell?
I mean, I just think he has a brilliant mind, and he's a phenomenal thinker and a problem solver. But what's even more special is the fact that I could recognize that he didn't know what he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? See, most people, you know, everyone, we have phenomenal capabilities, but most of the time we think we already got it figured out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's when there's an opportunity to, you know, for someone else to come in and contribute.
And like you said, I think this man is doing a great job. When I found out everything he has done, I'm like, man, you got to tell the people. And he's a little bit shy or
That's
quiet.
what I mean.
I'm like, you got to speak up, because there's a lot of kids that want to be just like you. It's a lot of kids that are going to get inspired by you. So you got to tell your story, man, and stop being shy.
But I think that's exactly what I was talking about. I saw this eloquent thinker and someone who can kind of, you know, put code together and develop technology, you know, in his sleep. But, you know, he just kind of didn't assert himself the
Right.
way, you know what I mean? And so, you know, I came and said, hey, man,
Let's
go
go.
get it.
Oh, he still do it. Don't think it stopped. I got one of them last week, and I keep getting them.
Because y'all going to PV today, and
What was you going today?
TSU and
HBCUs today.
Yeah.
PV.
Okay, PV at TSU. So make sure you guys pull up to get one of these Moolah tablets. But Vernell, I do want to ask you though, because for the people that's just checking in, what exactly is the Moolah tablet, and why was it necessary for you to get this out?
So the Moolah tablet is a tablet that helps people make money just from using their device. So the same way y'all have used Facebook and y'all seen ads and y'all seen all that kind of stuff, none of y'all got paid anything from that.
true.
Nobody. And they made billions. So we felt if we could put the ads inside of this device and just give 20% of that money back to us, because we are the people that are using social media and everything the most anyway.
Hold on. So you giving us something free, and we can make money off of it?
Actually, it's not free because it comes from using your tablet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the amount of eyeballs that a corporation can get in front of,
Right.
it increases the
value.
amount of money that they're willing to pay to get in front of those eyeballs. So why not share a piece of those proceeds with the eyeballs that's actually allowing them to pay the money in the first place?
I like that.
That's it. So we feel like we can put $25, $50 into everybody's hands that need it.
Mm-hmm.
And give them a free tablet, close the digital divide, and help as many people as we can. Who isn't gonna like that?
Oh man, moolahwireless.com. I need you to go to the website right now and sign up. Gonna be at TSU and PV today. We got more on the way with Vernell and T.I. in the building right here on 97 Out of the Box.
Good morning, H-Town.
And it feels like Christmas around here because, you know, I got my man Vernell here, T.I. is here. They got the Moolah tablets. If people been going to the website, moolahwireless.com. T.I., speaking of Christmas, what's your favorite part about Christmas?
I'm curious.
The next day? Nah, I have to say family dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, I get a lot of joy.
Again, your baby girl.
Watching the kids, you know. I mean, my kid grown now, except for Aries. Even Major is, you know, he's 14, got his own life.
He's 14.
Got his own plans, his own life, you know what I'm saying? Got his own
Major.
schedule. He ain't really... Like, man, I don't really have a list. You could just wire it into my account. You know, so, I mean, you know, watching the kids kind of wake up and see gifts and kind of enjoy the activity that comes with opening up all their gifts and playing with them, and
So when was the last time you got a gift and you was like, man, I wasn't expecting that? The last time anybody gave you a gift?
I don't know. Everything thoughtful matters.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Even the little things. So it's not really about the magnitude of the gift, or how grandiose it may be. It's, don't nobody got to do nothing for you.
Uh-huh.
And the older you get, the more you realize don't nobody owe you anything. So everything you get is a blessing, and you should appreciate it.
I think one of my favorite things about you is the family dynamic, and you being a father, and we get to see that. We saw it on the TV show, and then we obviously see it on Instagram so much with your little girl. And then I absolutely love your chain with your whole family right there, like taking them everywhere you go. I absolutely love that part about you, T.I.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I think that's probably, that's the most important thing that we can do, is raise our children and to become, like, useful, like, active members of society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have a favorite Christmas song by any chance?
Do I have a favorite? Not really, man. Players Ball by Outkast.
Now, we probably ain't got that in here, huh, J-Mac? Let me see. Nah, we ain't got that.
I know that's
in
not
here.
in there.
Look, okay, well, I'm going to do a classic. We got more of T.I. on the way and Vernell, but we got some new music by T.I. coming up next, too, all right? So I'm going to do this.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Uh-oh.
I think it never feels like Christmas unless
What?
we play this
What?
one.
Okay, let's hear it.
What? Play it.
Okay. You got
She
it?
ain't playing
Pressure
that
on.
yet.
The pressure on.
In my mind.
All I hear is Friday. Every time I hear this, I'm like, Friday.
What you think, T?
Friday.
It's a classic.
All I hear is Friday afternoon every time.
Do you know this song right now?
That's why, but when I hear it, I hear Friday. I would say the Friday after next at the beginning of the movie. When he coming in.
Got my man Vernell Woods in here with Moolah Wireless. Also got T.I. in the building. Don't forget today, TSU and PV, they will be out there getting you signed up for these tablets. Vernell, what do they have to do exactly to get this tablet?
To get the tablets, you just simply go to moolahwireless.com. That's MOOLAH wireless.com. And then click on tablet sign up, fill out your information, and get your free tablet with 12 months of service.
Just like that.
Just like that. And if anybody, I know y'all are signing up, if y'all are realizing that there's any issues signing up like that, just give us a little bit of time because it's getting hit really hard. But the site isn't crashed, nothing's wrong. Just come back and refresh it, and it'll reload.
What's the Instagram? That way, if they need to get updates.
Yeah, Moolah Wireless. So follow us on Instagram at Moolah Wireless. Follow us on Facebook. We're everywhere. Moolah Wireless. Check us out and send us a message.
All right, T.I.
Yo.
Recently, we've been seeing you do a lot of comedy, right? We definitely miss you in the music as well. So we're gonna play a new one right now.
Let's
What?
get it.
Hey, hold on before you play that. Now, I look at a lot of podcasts, and I was watching this podcast, Big Facts, and on this podcast, this man said that he was going to retire from rapping.
Yeah.
You said that. So are you really going to retire?
I'm working on my lab project.
Really?
On my lab project right now. I got one more.
I hope you do
One
something
more
with your
solo
son.
project.
I mean, y'all sound just alike. He sound like a younger version of you. I'm like, man, how did he come up with those lyrics? So you writing those lyrics?
Nah, his music way more mature than mine.
I'm just
You know
like,
what I'm
this-
saying?
he's
I have a
touching me.
lot more conflict and calamity in my music, man. I think that he's always been a thoughtful young man, and anything inside of us is going to find its way into our music.
And I love how you handle the comedy, man. And a lot of people who were so successful at doing rap wouldn't be and put themselves in the front line of doing comedy, man, because every day you got somebody that's attacking you. Every single day. And how has it been since you started? Because I know at the very beginning, it seemed like they were attacking you. But now I don't hear anything about it. So I'm like, either they have got comfortable with you or you got better or something has happened that has changed their perspective on your comedy.
I mean, ain't nothing like people saying that they ain't stopping nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can stand there and have an opinion. Everyone's entitled, but it's not going to stop my motion. And we've put together somewhat of a coalition of comics called the Ha Ha Mafia. It's J Ski, K Dub, Ronnie Jordan, Tyler Chronicles, Erica Duchess, Nav Green, and myself. And pretty much, man, we go and sell out comedy clubs and do, and do shows, and I think people enjoy it. So a comic who probably has his critical thoughts about the idea of me doing comedy is not as important as the people who actually come to see the show. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Because they're not the ones that are going to be watching you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about comedy. They're going to let your ass know right then whether or not it's any good.
Yeah.
The crowd going to tell you if you should be doing it.
Yeah.
And I know you love it because T.I. the rapper can get a $200,000 or $300,000 check if he goes rap.
Yeah.
But T.I. the comic, he might not get $200,000 or $300,000.
Hell no.
So you truly love doing this.
Yeah, it's cheaper than therapy.
Is it lucrative?
Is it lucrative?
He said it's cheaper than
I mean, it depends on who you ask. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, it ain't really about the money for me right now. I think, my time to maximize on the financial potential, it'll come. Right now, I'm just enjoying myself. I actually have an opportunity to speak my life in real time. Sort of like, okay, so if something happens to me that impacts my life today, and I express it through music, I'm gonna go to the studio, I'm gonna record the song, I'm gonna get it mixed, I'm gonna get it mastered, I'm gonna figure out a schedule of when I can put it out, and so it's so much time in between. I can go to the comedy club and get on stage same day, and you know what I'm saying, and really like speak in real time and get a present day reaction.
Are you improvising or are you writing your stuff down?
Yeah, I ain't got big enough to where I need people to write jokes for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, most of it comes from life.
And how often do you practice? Because I want to, do you practice all the time, your art?
I mean, practice, what?
Or how do you
What's
write a
practice?
joke? Like, oh, you Allen Iverson.
We talking about practice?
I mean, it's just so interesting to me, man, to see somebody at the top of his game do something totally else and might not be making as much money and enjoying it. I mean, that's incredible to me.
I think one of the main things is the reaction and the response that I get from people. So, as you mentioned, being at the top of your game or having a certain level of success for a certain period of time, people kind of get used to you, I guess, being good at something.
Right.
So there is no shock, there's no surprise, there's no awe in it anymore. If I put a song out, it's like, oh, okay, he got another good song. Okay, what else is going on? Whereas when they introduce me on stage, and then I come up there and the people in the front row like, oh, and I'll never get that shock or surprise from people in music. So I just appreciate the opportunity to build again.
Would you say it's challenging for you and that you needed something that was going to challenge you?
It could be a piece of it. But I mean, I started comedy really, man. I didn't plan on it. I've always really had an appreciation and a love for the art form. I always kind of like hung out in comedy clubs. A lot of my partners is comics. And one day I was just going to kick it with K Dub at an open mic, and when I went, we saw somebody on stage. They weren't doing a good job, and the crowd kind of they weren't booing because they didn't care enough. You know what I'm saying? But we could tell he was having a horrible go of it, but we couldn't agree on why. And so K Dub looked at me and said, man, I've been doing this 20-some years. And you gonna tell me when you gonna get on stage? I said, man, chill. And would you know that as soon as he went and got the mic from the dude after his set was over, he says, okay, coming up to the stage, whether he knows it or not, Tip Harris. And I was gonna just wave it off. Then the applause got so loud. So I just had to think of something from my seat to the chair. I mean, from my seat to the stage. And by the time I got up there, got my first laugh. You know what I'm saying? I was hooked.
And they actually laughed at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when I got off stage, I was with my wife. When I got off stage, she was like, how did you do that? You mean to tell me you didn't know you were going over there to do that? How did you do that? And I knew then I was on to something because she don't compliment me about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing impresses her.
Yeah.
So at that point, I just started going to comedy clubs and just hitting the stage every day.
Ooh, I got some more questions after this break.
T.I., let's get into the music because you did
Let's
say
get
that you're working on an album right now. I want to do this one right here. It's
Yeah.
called Step.
Kill the King. Kill the King will be my final album.
Kill the king.
Kill the King.
No, hold
I
on.
don't
So
like
you're
that.
killing yourself?
Nah.
You the king.
Well,
You
see-
said it. You came in the game
Yeah.
claiming the king.
Absolutely.
There's power in words, T.I.
Yeah,
Kill. I don't like.
but it's also power in perception. You see, to me, killing the king is see the term king of the South. You know, it was a moniker that I really thought up and presented just to classify myself as you know, I guess a great, you know, or to make sure that people saw me in a certain light, make sure that I carried myself a certain way and people received me a certain way. But that title usually enter the room before I do. So people usually posture themselves around me. You know, and it's never kind of like just real cool unless they already know and believe and feel they kings themselves.
Right.
You know, a lot of time people insecurities and they, you know, they it seeps through. So killing the king to me is like killing the ego. You know what I'm saying? It's starving the ego. So I don't want to tell you too much about it. Just know-
It's coming. It's
Let's
coming.
get into this one right here, okay?
yeah, let's get it.
All right. Young Jas live from your local Houston BMW Center Studios. It is a takeover, man. Vernell Woods is in here. Moolah Wireless got the tablets going out today. Also, T.I. been hanging out with us all morning long. We
Yeah.
appreciate you coming through.
Hey man, I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
We really do.
Now, I
Yeah.
want to take it back to your comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I see you in a room with a lot of greats like Dave Chappelle and all these people.
Mhm.
Have they gave you any advice to
Yeah.
add to your comedy?
Definitely. I mean, most of them give me the same advice. They tell me to stay on stage. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? They say that's where you going. You know, that's the only way you get better. You got to stay on stage. It ain't nothing that you can, you know, think about at home, and you know, ain't no studying. You just got to stay on stage. You know, and continue to get your reps in. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. You know, and that's how you kind of find
Your rhythm.
Yeah, you got to stay on stage.
And who are some of your favorite comedians?
Man,
It could be young or old.
I mean, Red Fox, Eddie Murphy,
Mm-hmm.
Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Bruce, man,
Great list.
Donnell Rollins. I mean, you know, it's so many great comedians historically, you know, that have taken, you know, life and the things about their life and other people's lives and just pulled humor out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even sometimes stuff that we probably wasn't supposed to laugh at.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think that's the way we process pain.
Our
You know what I
pain,
mean?
Your son, Boosie's son.
Which one? Oh, King. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
reality
yeah.
show.
King and Tootie. Yeah.
What? Your kids can talk. I love to hear them talk. I'm like, man, God dog it.
Those two together.
Yeah.
How you like those two together?
I mean, man, listen. So, you know, Boosie and I, we always have had a mutual respect for one another. We, you know, came up together in the game, you know, touring the I guess, parts of the Chitlin circuit together. And we always had a elevated rapport. We could always talk and kick it and vibe, but we have never been as close as we are now, because we kind of have to counsel each other on how to deal with these. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, these kids, man, I don't understand. My son, King, you know, I just woke up one day and he had ops, and I don't even understand.
That is
I don't
funny.
even understand, like, you ain't did nothing to nobody, and don't nobody want to do nothing to you, so I don't understand what the ops is, but, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's kind of like, you know, it's a part of the generation for some reason.
But don't you have to laugh at that? Because, in a way, he could never be T.I.
Right.
Because you went through it.
Right.
And you were really from the streets. But it's almost comical because, in a way, he still is you. So he still has that seriousness about him
Yeah.
because of you.
Yeah, he has he has certain elements in his DNA that he can't escape. You know what I'm saying? I got to give him that, and and the streets are, or they mean what they mean to us because we endured it, and that's all we know, right?
Right.
So when he grew up and he left my house and went and hung out at his grandma's house, who was on Tar Boulevard, and he got friends over there. He go outside and play, and that was his version of the streets.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And fights in middle school and fights in high school, and that kind of stuff. That was his version of his rite of passage, if you will.
Okay.
He win fights in high school, and now he's.
But at what point do you say, okay, enough's enough? Now you really didn't go through this.
I mean, I say it all the time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he receives it the way he tell me. I have my own life. You don't know everything that go on. I'm like, all right, man, cool, you right.
Yeah.
But I respect this. I respect the passion and the fact that he stand on what he believe in.
So that reality show is coming though. You and
Yeah,
Boosie and
me, Boosie, King, and Tootie.
Okay, coming soon.
Yeah,
T.I.
and also a project Boosie and I are working on. We're also working on an album together.
Okay, so your last album, then you also working on a project with Boosie.
Yeah, I think we're gonna probably put that out before I put
your last
mine
album.
out. Yeah.
Where can we expect your last album?
Man, in due time.
Yeah.
In due
All right.
time.
King.
Well, T.I., I know you
It's
gotta get
gone.
up out of here. Vernell, thank you
Love
so
and
much. You've been
respect.
hanging out with us
For
all
sure.
morning long. Congratulations on everything that
Thank
you're
you. I
doing.
appreciate
You
it.
guys
I
are gonna be at
appreciate
PV and TSU with the Moolah tablets. Once again, how can they sign up?
Everybody go to moolahwireless.com. That's MOOLAH wireless.com and sign up today.
All right.
Already.